I usually do a reading of a short excerpt from every new book. So yesterday I thought I would read the all-encompassing yoga that His Holiness put in. Um, but then I changed my mind this morning and thought to read from the penultimate chapter where His Holiness talks about the Song of the Four Mindfulnesses, which we chant. And I won't read the whole thing, but just a few paragraphs under each of the four, because otherwise it would take a long time. Okay, so this is from the book Vajrayana and the Culmination of the Path, and we're on page 331. Okay, so the Dalai Lama, Lama Kelsang Gyatso, composed the rain shower of attainments to lead qualified practitioners to the Madhyamaka view of emptiness in their tantric practice. In this short poem, he sets out four mindfulness practices of the spiritual mentor, compassion, our body as a divine body, and emptiness, in a 5-stanza poem so that we could easily memorize it and integrate it into our practice. Okay, and here's how the poem progresses. Initially, we contemplate the dukkha of samsara, and with the aspiration to be free from it, take refuge in the three jewels and engage in Guru Yoga, visualizing the objects of refuge and requesting them to remain in the world and to teach us the Dharma. And so that's in the 7-limb prayer. Mm-hmm. Okay, but this is also the first mindfulness, the mindfulness of the Guru, cultivating those attitudes. When we observe the dukkha of other sentient beings in samsara and seeing their kindness generate love and compassion, this induces both bodhicitta, the aspiration to attain full awakening for their benefit, and this is the second mindfulness. Mm-hmm. Due to this, we imagine the Guru dissolves into us, transforming our body, speech, and mind into that of the deity. That's the third mindfulness. Okay, meditation on the correct view of emptiness constitutes the actual session, the fourth mindfulness, and the union of serenity and insight is cultivated in conjunction with Tantra. So it doesn't mean that all you do is do these 5 verses and you're Buddha. It's just laying out a synopsis and a way to practice. Yeah. Okay, so mindfulness of the Guru. On the unwavering cushion of the union of method and wisdom sits the kind Lama who is the nature of all protectors. There is a Buddha in the state of culmination of realizations and cessations. Beseech him in the light of admiration through casting away critical thoughts. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it in admiration and reverence. Through not losing mindfulness, hold it in admiration and reverence. Okay. So His Holiness says, okay, our spiritual mentors are seen as meditational deities, dakinis, Buddhas, and bodhisattvas, the essence of all the objects of refuge. Through the great masters of the past, such as Nagarjuna, although the great masters of the past, such as Nagarjuna, were extremely kind to compose great texts, they are now objects of memory. Even if we wanted to meet Nagarjuna, we could not. Without spiritual guidance, we are like sick people, unable to walk even with a cane. We are like infants and the elderly, unable to sustain ourselves. In this dire situation, we turn to our spiritual mentors to teach, guide, and support us on the path. For this reason, they are viewed as the essence of all sources of refuge. So that's just one paragraph out of what His Holiness wrote about that mindfulness. The second mindfulness of compassion and bodhicitta reads, in unending samsara, the prison of suffering, wander the sentient beings of the six realms bereft of happiness. They are your parents who reared you with affectionate kindness. Meditate on compassion and affection by relinquishing attachment and aversion. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it within compassion. Through not losing mindfulness, hold it in compassion. So His Holiness says, sentient beings want happiness, but are bereft of the happiness they seek. They do not want suffering, but are constantly tormented by suffering. The six classes of beings wander in limitless samsara under the control of afflictions and polluted actions. These suffering beings are not unrelated to us. They have been continuously kind to us in our beginningless lifetimes and will continue to be kind. We are responsible for them. We cannot abandon them. That's one paragraph from that mindfulness. The next mindfulness is of the body as a divine body. So this is not talking about this body here, because in Tantra we meditate on the emptiness of the body, dissolve the body into emptiness, and then think that our wisdom manifests as a deity. So that's the divine body, not this thing. In the celestial mansion of great bliss, joyous to sustain, there exists the divine form of the body, which is a purified state of the aggregates. There is a deity in the union of the three divine bodies. Don't view it as ordinary, but train in divine identity and immaculate appearance. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it within profundity and clarity. Through not losing mindfulness, hold it in an attitude of profundity and clarity. Okay. By dissolving the appearance of our ordinary body and meditating on emptiness, whatever appears is seen as empty. Whatever is empty is experienced as bliss, and whatever is blissful appears as the sport or play of the deity, and also of our mind. When we realize this, the objects of the six senses act as aids in generating bliss, and thus are said to be pleasant to feel. When we practice generating ourselves as the meditational deity and train in this vivid appearance and divine identity until they become firm, similitudes of the three Buddha bodies, the truth body, enjoyment body, and emanation body, are present. For instance, when cultivating the generation stage of highest yoga tantra, we gradually manifest a similitude of the three bodies, and the divine identity, thinking I am the deity, arises. Due to this divine identity, we do not conceive of ourselves as ordinary, but sustain a firm sense of being the deity within, clearly appearing as such. We maintain our mind in the awareness of the profound emptiness and the manifest, the divine body of the deity. So this is a method to meditate on both the conventional appearances of objects as well as their emptiness. Okay, then the next two verses are the mindfulness of the view of emptiness. So they read, the sphere of appearing and existing phenomena is pervaded by the space of the ultimate clear light of suchness. There is an ineffable ultimate reality. View this nature of emptiness through abandoning mental contrivances. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it in the ambience of reality. Through not losing mindfulness, hold it in the ambience of reality. So that verse is particularly about meditating on emptiness. Okay, and then the next verse is about coming out of the meditation on emptiness, where you have the appearances of conventional objects, but how to see and relate to those appearances. So that verse reads, at the crossroads of the six collections, in other words, the six consciousnesses that have diverse perceptions, are seen the hazy, dualistic phenomena that are baseless. There is a magical show which is by nature deceptive. Don't believe it to be true, but view it as having the nature of emptiness. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it in the nature of appearance emptiness. Through not losing mindfulness, hold it in the nature of appearance emptiness. So to be able to hold the mind, it's practice to attain the Buddha's mind, where you can uh, perceive the appearances of conventional objects and their emptiness at the same time. So His Holiness says, all phenomena exist within the sphere of the emptiness of inherent existence, devoid of any inner essence. Thus, although the sphere of appearing and existing phenomena is limitless, they are all of one taste in having the nature of emptiness. There is no object that is not pervaded by this empty nature. Emptiness pervades all knowable objects. It is their mode of being, their mode of existence. It is not newly created by the mind. From its very inception, the nature of every phenomena is its emptiness of inherent existence. Emptiness is inexpressible. The experience of emptiness is inexpressible beyond terms and thoughts. The empty nature of all phenomena cannot be expressed with words or experienced conceptually by ordinary beings in the way that the Aryas perceive it. Okay. And then he goes on and talks about how then things appear after the meditation on emptiness and how to relate to them. Okay, so that's a little bit from chapter 15. Okay, chapter 16 in the book is His Holiness's advice to people who consider him their spiritual mentor. Okay, so that's it. No, that's the beginning. It's not it meaning the end, it's the beginning, because we have to learn and practice all of this.